Welcome to game number 3, everybody. I do apologize that the end of game number 2 got cut off right there. So what actually happened is I went and I casted all the games, right? And then I went and I checked the VODs and I checked everything, and like 40 minutes of it in the middle just got cut out. Really weird. Never seen it happen before. So what got cut out was all of game 3 and the end of game 2. Fortunately, everything else is still intact. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave game 2 right there, as it was pretty much what you saw, where the Terran pushes across with his giant mech army, and Zerg has 100 supply, and it doesn't quite hold it. So I don't think anybody thought the Zerg was going to hold that or do much damage to it, and that's pretty much what happened. Is nothing really happened. So that being said, Microsoft now up 2-0. They're going to be sending out AHGL, who is a formerly good Terran. I say that, that sounds like he's a bad Terran now. He's not a bad Terran. Building a racks on 11. Interesting. And 11 gas. So 11 racks, 11 gas. Interesting. Probably going to be some sort of early Reaper, I would imagine, with that early gas like that. But what I meant is AHGL is one of those Terrans whose name you've probably heard. He used to have a TBT build that he came up with. I think it was like a double factory, double starport, and he would switch between Vikings and Banshees and Hellions, and basically just kind of counter what the opponent was doing. And it was a pretty decent TBT opener. You can probably still find it. And interesting, he's going to go for scouting for the proxy hatch right here on the largest, I think it's the largest, 4-player map against a Zerg. When he's walling in, he still feels the need to scout over here for some reason. So you know what, maybe he was scouting for the Overlord? Possible. I mean, he wouldn't have seen the Overlord though, still, I don't think. So I do believe that's what he was scouting for, is the Overlord. But I don't think it mattered, because I think the Overlord still would not have been there in time. But I assume this is just because he, of course, is going for very fast Reapers. Yes, it does look like he is. And what is StrayLight doing? StrayLight's just grabbing gas over here, getting a spawning pool, getting a hatchery done, and a bunker is going down for AHGL. And this, everybody, is why you need one Overlord to at least stay home over this hatch. You don't need it, but it's something you want, because now you can't see this bunker going up. The Reaper's already on his way, and by the time you get there, you see this, which right now he sees it. He's like, oh crap, there's the bunker pool, some drones maybe, but there's already a Reaper back home. The bunker's going to finish. Now he's going to start picking away at these drones, going to get a spine crawler up. Good decision right there, as Reapers do not have all that extra building damage right now. Extractor's going down to save the drones. Will he get that one? No, he will not. So that drone's going to fall as well. It looks like he will be able to save this drone. And now the Lynx can go and start chasing back. But you have to remember, there's still this bunker right here. And, ooh, that drone gets killed because of the cancel, unfortunately. So now he can just, of course, fall back in. Picks off another Zergling. And this is definitely trouble right here for StrayLight. Not the best situation to be in at this point. Spine crawler about to finish up. That's at least going to be a little bit helpful. Speed just now getting started, so something, of course, that you want for the future against these Hellions. And now the Hellions gonna head over there, pick off another drone, make it back into their bunker, and just be absolutely annoying. And they can hit this spine crawler right here. And of course, with the SCVs behind to repair, he should be fine to just go ahead and hold this position if he wants, and just attack at this spine crawler. Instead, no, he's gonna push out, and he's gonna try and jump up here and do some damage up in the main. How many drones is he gonna kill? He's gonna get one drone, does not get the second one. Now he's gonna try and hit this queen right here. Doesn't look like it's gonna do as much. He's gonna have to salvage that bunker. Does not get salvaged, as there was nothing there to defend against the Zerglings and spine crawler. Well done by StrayLight, going to be able to force back all of these units. And ouch, AHGL just like that, getting forced back. That being said, he has a factory ready to switch on here, get out some Hellions probably. Throwing out a couple more barracks. Does have an expansion about to be finished up at this point. And this Reaper's going to go ahead and regen some health, taking a few drugs right there out of battle. Don't do drugs, kids. So Queens have popped. Lair on the way. Very fast Lair for our Zerg player right here. We'll have to see what exactly he's going to do with that. I'm imagining mutas because he has the extractors, but he doesn't really have enough drones yet to saturate the extractors. And on top of that, he's making a lot of Zerglings, 12 more Lings on the way. Now he's starting to drone. But all of these Lings are out. How many Lings does he have there? About 21 Lings. And they're going to start pushing over. I'm not sure AHGL saw it right there. He's going to get in with this Reaper. Try and do a little damage. Will he get that? Drone does not look like it. Now the Ling's going to be heading over here. There's not much to defend. 1 Marine, 2 Hellions at this point. The Ling's going to start streaming up. Going to try and get in. Oh, supply depots will get lowered, but he's going to now use these Lings to head around. And it looks like these Hellions might actually be stuck in this little crevice right here. And these Zerglings in the meantime are doing some decent damage to these supply depots. Wow. And the reactor right there, and no SCVs are being pooled to deal with that. So AHGL worrying too much down here. He does lose those Hellions, but really worrying about everything down here. And the Lings now in the main mineral line. How much damage will they do at this time? AHGL, please pool your SCVs. Oh my goodness, pull them away. Oh, this is killing me to watch. Straylight doing so much damage, absolutely just mauling the SCVs right there. And now it looks like he's finally gonna clean it up, but ouch is all I can say. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So Straylight gets in and does so much damage right there. AHGL definitely behind the workers. 39-11 at this point. Very hard to come back. Not impossible. He does have double command center. He does have mules, which of course very good for the income tab right there. But he definitely needs to get over there and do some damage, which is exactly what he's doing. He's sending Marines, and the reactor, oh, does not get repaired. He's gonna have to rebuild that, unfortunately, on that factory. So sending all of these units now over to his opponent's base right here. And there are 3 spines, though. He can maybe try and sneak past, get over here, pick off the spire, kill some drones, maybe run up into the main with those Hellions. I'm not sure. 3 spines is a lie. He's going to start poking forward, trying to do a little bit of damage there. But, I mean, none of these units are really that great against hitting spines. And he loses a lot of units right there. Some drones are going to go down, it looks like. Will he be able to snipe the spire? That would be absolutely huge. That would put Straylight back definitely for a little bit. Some Lings going to stream over there now with the Queen. Going to try and do some damage. They're now focusing their attention on these Lings. It looks like he's most likely not going to get the spire now, as more Lings do join the fight. And no, he will not. He's going to be able to save that spire, so he at least knows it exists. But Muta's incoming has a decent amount of gas actually saved up right there. So I'm imagining those are going to be sent over quite soon. 6 Mutas on the way. And of course, as soon as he gets more larvae, going to be making some more. Some Lings heading over now. Going to get in there to try and do a little bit of damage. It looks like this time he's a little better prepared. Has some Marines, and I'm not sure I like all this trade. The only good thing from this is, of course, less Marines is less Marines to deal with Mutalisk. So maybe that was okay. You know, maybe that wasn't a terrible decision. Mutas are popping. 2 more on the way. Combat shields just now getting started. How's AHGL's worker count? He's up to 28 now, doing a little bit better. Still behind. Definitely our Zerg player is still ahead at this point, but AHGL is not in the worst position. Getting a turret down in his main mineral line, but unfortunately did not go down at his natural, so these Mutas just gonna get over here and have a field day, I would imagine. Gonna come in, pick off a mule, first thing to snipe, always great. Gonna force a stim, no medevacs though, overhead, and I don't even see a starport at this time. And so he's just gonna keep coming back and continuing to do damage, continuing to get cancels and kills. Actually, it wasn't a cancel, I think he flat out killed that turret. So more SCVs going down. 33 workers have been killed at this time, and just continuing to hold his opponent down, grabbing a 3rd base at the same time. So Straylight in an absolutely great position right now, grabbing his +1. No Evo chambers have gone down though yet, so that's a little surprising. Not going to be getting +1 for his units, for his melee units at least, for a little while. There is a Widow Mine though, and it will activate. Does some decent damage to those Mutas. Definitely going to force them back, at least temporarily right here. A couple more Mutas are out on the field as well, and the Mutas will see them. Widow Mines, excuse me. And he's going to go ahead and pick off 1 and almost kill the 2nd, down to 3 health right there. So it will not fall. And he's staying around this kind of 12 Muta count, it looks like. Are there any more Mutas on the field? I don't think so. Now going to go ahead and get into the main, and I mean, this is what I really like to do. When you have these mutas, when you have this sort of control, this lead over your opponent, just keep building it, take out these reactors, and I mean, try and do what you can. It looks like he's trying to take those out. Some repair does go down for Coke. Not going to lose another reactor. This time he will save it and get it repaired up. Widow mines also being placed down there. So if those mutas do try and come back in, they will be in for a surprise. Definitely will be some damage done. 2 Widow Mines, though, not enough. Ooh, are they going to activate? No, they will not. Not enough to kill off Mutalisk. They can only damage... They can kill 2 of them and do like 80 damage, but you need 3 of them, and then you can absolutely just massacre mutas instantaneously. And that Widow Mine on the front does activate on those mutas, kills 1, and does a little bit of damage. So now it looks like we might see Straylight start to engage here. He's going to start engaging against these Marines. I'm not sure I like this decision right here. There's still the bunker down below, and the Lings and everything going to be forced back out, and that was some heavy shots right there against Straylight. He just lost 10 Mutalisk, I do believe. Maybe 8 to 10 mutas right there, plus all of those Lings, and I think he traded for maybe a couple of Marines at that time. So definitely not the most efficient trade, unfortunately. More mutas, though, have been made. They were chilling at home. They're going to go join their friends now. Evo chambers are up at this time, so he can be getting the +1/1 in the future, of course. And there's even more mutas to go ahead and join with the fight. So now he's really starting to build up that muta ball. Going to be going up to 16 mutalists. Needs to be careful coming in here, though, as there is the double Widow Mine. And ouch. 2 mutas to go down, and he really needs to be careful not to fly anywhere near a 3rd Widow Mine at this point, because that would be absolutely deadly. All those mutas would have blown up. Actually, I guess they were regenning health. Thanks to the new Mutalisk health regen, they do regenerate health a lot faster, so it allows them to continue to harass. Drop going down here for Iokoic in the main. Going to be able to pick off a few drones. Drops a Widow Mine. Might be able to do some damage with that later on. Depends if Straylight saw it or not. And Straylight now going to head over here. Looks like he will be able to clean this up pretty easily with all those mutas. 3rd base trying to be taken for Iokoic. We'll see if he's able to get it down or not and get it secured. He has definitely clawed his way back into this game. As you can see, he is now even in the work account. And for the first time, I believe he does have a supply lead in this game. So Straylight has a little bit more money banked up at this time. He's getting his 1/1 now, getting a Baneling Nest. Sport Crawl in the back right there, teching to Hive. So you know what, he's definitely starting to move into the later stages of the game. But Iokoic getting his 3rd base up at this time, not going to lose these SCVs, both with low health, of course. Getting this established right here, that's going to be huge in terms of continuing to further himself in this game. And now, of course, getting good positioning with these Widow Mines is going to be very helpful to deal with sort of Ling and Muta counterattacks, things like that. So will this get burrowed? Oh my goodness, it is. And how many Lings will go down? They run right over. Oh, a decent kill right there, probably about 6 or 7. And he's looking to run in, decides against it, and decides, you know what, I'm just going to fall back right there. No reason to really engage. Flies over another Widow Mine, more damage done. That drop does get stopped. And yet another Widow Mine. There's so many Widow Mine connections going on. Looks like he's going to try and push into the main yet again right here. Going to be able to take out one of those supply depots with the call down on it. And push right on over into the main. Going to try and focus down this turret right here. Does he have enough to kill it? No, he does not. He's going to be forced to back out. Too many SCVs were around repairing it. Nicely done by Iokoic right there. Going to be able to force him out of the base, save all those SCVs, everything like that. And of course, save that turret as well. So he's in a pretty decent position now. That I can definitely say. I mean, with this 3rd base has been huge, getting that established. But I mean, now he's really starting to actually produce. He's starting to get medevacs out, starting to do some drops. Looks like that Widow Mine did get cleaned up over there. Not sure how much damage it did. And Straylight's like, all right, you know what? Time to double expand. Time to really use my Hive. He's getting Ultras. He's getting +2/2, getting +2 Carapace for his flying armor right there, getting Adrenal Glands for his Lings. So a lot of money being invested right here, and that means Straylight in a couple of minutes could have a decently scary army. We'll just have to see how much army he actually has. A drop heading over here into the main. Oh, there we go. And it will get cleaned up by these mutas. Very nicely done by Straylight, and I don't think he even lost a single muta cleaning it up. However, there is another drop over here at this 4th or 5th base, whatever you want to call it. And it looks like it's going to be scouted by Straylight. He at least sees the drop heading over. And will he get units there in time? It looks like he will, so he will be able to save that. But Echoic just going to continue with the pressure now, heading up towards this 4th base that he's taking. So while he saves one, the other one's going to be under attack. Can he force a cancel there at least, or is he going to try and push in any further? Looks like he's just going to try for the cancel, and he will get that cancel right there. Leaves the drone. Decides it's best to get out, and Ultralisk are now on the field. Definitely a little bit scarier for Echoic right now. He's going to be losing one Hellbat, loses a second Hellbat as well. And are we going to see some sort of hit right here? Widowmine's activating, just blowing those Lings to pieces. And those are so good defensively. I mean, just having those set up like that really prevents a lot of Zerg counterattacks, anything like that, because the second they try and push in without that Overseer, these things are just activating and absolutely mauling the Zerg army right there. So another drop. Looks like it's going to be underway right here. And another great reaction by Straylight. He has really been good about seeing if there's going to be any sort of drop over here into his main or anything like that. Going to be losing a couple of mutas, unfortunately. One muta does go down right there. And will Echoic get the pickup? He's going to boost this medevac away. And muta's chasing, but I mean, boosted vacs are so fast. And he's just going to go ahead and save that one Hero Marine in there. So a few more Marines now charging over to this base right here of Straylight. Straylight does see it though, so it looks like with this watchtower, this 1 HP Zergling right there, going to be maintaining control and will be saving this hatch. However, 5 kill Marine. So the one Marine that was just chilling over there now has 5 kills on him. And more drones just heading over, so it looks like he'll just continue to get more kills at this time. Just having a grand old time. Is anybody going to clean him up? It looks, there we go. Finally, 4 more Lings will head over and start cleaning him up. So these Ultras 2-2, now 4-2 as Chitinous Plating does finish up. He's looking to possibly charge in. That is a lot of Widow Mines now. Doom drop going into the main. By Doom, I mean 2 medevacs. But that's doomy enough, and that might be enough to force Straylight back. No, instead he's going to charge over here at this 4th base. Possibly no, instead. There we go. Now he's going to start pulling back as he does see everything happening. Needs to be careful with those mutas, though, as he will absolutely get demolished if he just engages straight muta against this Marine army. Base does fall. Look at this. Echoic using this as a distraction to go ahead and head over to his opponent's other base right there. And will the boosted vacs get out? It looks like they will. Will he also lose his 5th base over here, or 4th or 5th, whatever you want to call it? Mute is now engaging. Looks like they will finally be able to clean up this army at this time. But it looks like he's going to be losing yet another base. At least the drones at it are completely gone. If he had any, the base does fall, and so Straylight, just like that, has been forced down to 2 bases. He does have a lot of Ultras, though, in his army with decent upgrades. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's 2-2. Yeah, 2-2 upgrades right here. Widow Mines activating 1 at a time on this Ultralisk. So it only activated 4 Widow Mines to kill that Ultra. Now it looks like the Ultras are trying to get us around here on this Planetary Fortress. He's trying to save it with all these SCVs. Not going to happen. And going to be forced back. In the meantime, though, it looks like he will be losing yet another base, possibly. So he could be pushed down to just 1 more base. Another Widow Mine activation there. And it looks like we have somewhat of a base race scenario here as Ultras and Mutas and a few Lings. I think Lings might have all been picked off by this time. Trying to do whatever they can. Ultras takes a huge cleave, kills a lot of Marines right there, does a lot of damage to those Marauders, but of course they can just kite back and back and back and take out so many of these Ultras if they so wish or so choose. And here we go. I mean, this is just 1 base left here for Straylight, trying to get the 2nd base up at this time. And we have Echoic also in trouble, though. I mean, Straylight's trying to push in here, doing a decent amount of damage. These Widow Mines not quite planted yet. So it looks like these Ultras are going to be able to push right up into the main. The Mutas have just been harassing all of these workers over here non-stop, killing off so many of those. 47 to 26 workers at this time. So Straylight definitely is okay there, but in terms of army supply, he's definitely on the lower side of things. On top of that, he does not have enough larvae to be producing. Probably could have used a couple more injects there from those queens. So he just has so much money saved up, but he cannot spend it. Mute is out trying to do whatever they can. A lot of Widow Mines still exist right here. Definitely going to make it extremely tough for Straylight to really do much. There's another Widow Mine right there, and these mutas engaging against the Marines going to be backing out, deciding they don't want to do that. They're going to head over here to this third base, but there's so much of this third base. 4 bunkers are there, 2 turrets. I mean, Hellbats, everything is there to defend. And yet again, the Echoic is pushing over here, taking out another mining base right here for our Zerg player. So this is going to be putting our Zerg player down to 1 base. Basically no mining left whatsoever on that. Straylight in a very difficult position at this point. Widowmine going to be burrowing at that time. And I'm just not sure what Straylight can really do at this point. I mean, it's such a close game. I really thought he had it from the beginning, but I mean, right now he's down to just nothing left. Only a few larvae that he can really make any units, and Echoic on 1 base as well, really, as he is mined out of his main, but at least he has something mining at this time. He has a little bit more of an army on the field, by a little bit, I mean a lot more. Wow, almost all of his supply is an army at that. Almost, yeah, I think a majority of it is an army right there. And GG from Straylight. He's just not going to be able to handle that. So what a game 3 right there, as Straylight falls to Echoic in a game that I swore he had for the first 15 minutes of the game. I was just like, this is Straylight's game. Straylight's got this easy. As soon as those Lings got in and absolutely mauled the entire SCV line, I swore he had it. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So with that being said, Microsoft goes up 3-0 now, and I will see you guys over in game number 4.